Hey everybody, it is late at night and I am Norman. My wife and I recently went to my favorite city. We were going there for some food and cocktails and to pick up some clothes for our upcoming anniversary trip. And while we were there, something pretty exciting happened. Let me explain. So while my wife and I were in my favorite city, we were shopping at my favorite mall. And in this mall is a particular shop that I absolutely love going to, and that would be the Ben Bridge that they have there. Because they have a Cartier display there, and they always have a Tank Americain in the display case. Sadly, this time around though, all they had was a large one. And those are pretty big. However, I was wearing my Longines Dolce Vita, this absolutely brilliant piece, and I wore it on purpose so that I could put it side by side with one of the Tank Americains and decide once and for all if I actually like the Longines more. And it's kind of an unfair comparison because they had a large one there, and like I mentioned, those are quite large. However, in holding the Dolce Vita up next to the Tank Americain, I think I like the Longines more. Blasphemous, I know. But that isn't the watch that I went into the store to look at this time around. I was actually interested in looking at the black dial Oyster Perpetual. And I saw that they had an Oyster Perpetual in one of their cases. However, in the store's lighting, it almost looked like a dark navy. So I wasn't sure if it was even the black dial or not. So I asked the employee there if they ever get in black dial Oyster Perpetuals in 36mm. And hilariously, of course, he said, well, this one right here is a black dial Oyster Perpetual. So I had him get it out of the case and I actually got to try it on and it looked brilliant. Now, something to note about the Oyster Perpetuals though. Rolex does not consider these watches sports pieces, so they don't have a glide lock mechanism on their clasp. They don't even have a safety fold over on their clasp. It's just a friction fit clasp. However, for that price, I'm pretty sure it's not going to just be popping open like my original black dial Everest's clasp did when I first got it. Terrible. So the exciting news is I got on the wait list for a black dial Oyster Perpetual. Now I'm pretty sure the employee was greatly exaggerating when I might be getting this watch. I mean, 1 month to a year? Yeah, I doubt it. I actually kind of hope not. I don't want to be waiting years, but if I have to wait 1 year, that'll give me time to try and scrape up enough money for it. So most likely I'm going to be offloading a bunch of watches to help out in saving for that. And sadly, one piece that I'm considering selling is the Nomos Orion. This is the most expensive piece in my collection, however, I've never really worn it. In fact, on the day that we went to my favorite city, I had it on my wrist during the day while I was working. But it only stayed there for a few hours before I ended up swapping it out for the pull router, which is what I wore when we went into the city. Even when this watch was new, I really didn't wear it a whole lot. I mean, anytime I look at it, it's just brilliant and gorgeous and I absolutely love it. But I feel like there's kind of a difference between loving a piece mentally or in mind versus in the heart. And for some reason this piece just hasn't captured my heart, if that makes any sense. I actually wear the Max Bill quite a bit more, and I feel like that piece has kind of filled the slot that the Nomos Orion originally filled in my collection. Not to mention this piece will hopefully bring in about $1,500, which would be a big help. But yeah, for some reason, as much as I absolutely love Bauhaus watches, I just don't wear them a ton. But since this is such a brilliant piece, if any of you are interested in it, of course I'll give you a first shot at it. maybe list it on eBay but send you the link to that listing so you could have first crack at it. But yeah, a bit ago I sold the Stova, and that was a rough sale. It took me about 3 or 4 months to decide to actually let go of that watch. And strangely, I haven't really missed it. Interestingly enough, I miss my Zeno Bauhaus winder more than that one. And that was a 40mm watch that was super thin and all dial and just looked like a plate on the wrist. But who knows, I don't want to rush into this, but I'll probably be listing it soon because I don't know when an Oyster Perpetual is going to come in, so the quicker I fill up my account, the better. But I'm pretty excited. The Oyster Perpetual, as you can see in the pictures that I took of me wearing it, just looks gorgeous and it feels amazing. It's super comfortable on the wrist, even though that bracelet was really loose, so it was kind of hard to tell 100%, but yeah, it just felt amazing. And I love the more subdued dial. They had an Explorer there in the shop as well, but I don't know. I feel like the 1016 is the Explorer that I personally love, and the more contemporary styles, the indices just look kind of huge to me. And that slightly dressier Oyster Perpetual markers and hands are just perfect. So as time goes on, I will keep you guys up to date on this. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.